A man's personality and character is exuded through his haircut. Your image is important. Our high-end services range from a traditional haircut and shave to gray blending, beard shaping, and unwanted hair removal. Located at 425 Victoria Avenue East. Book your appointment online now at modernmen.ca or call Tammy 306-522-4111. Modern Men, a haircut for the modern man.
Hello, I'm Sean McNall, owner of TG Marketing. We are a promotional product company located in Regina, Saskatchewan. Originally founded by Tom G. McNall in 1985, we are now in our 35th year of business. My brother Ryan and I, along with our great staff, have carried the torch since Tom retired in 2011. For those of you who don't know what we do, we sell items with a company's logo on it, like clothing, pens, phone chargers, Bluetooth speakers. The list of products available is endless. Our products are a great form of advertising. Whether you want to give a gift to a valued client or show your appreciation to your staff, we have a friendly team that can help find the right product for your needs. The key to our success has been our customer service and our vast knowledge of products in our industry. We ask the right questions to get you in line with the proper product for the project you are working on. Stop by 1046 Winnipeg Street and view our showroom. Get some ideas for that next promotion you're working on. Let's make your business what everyone's talking about.
now.
So this was my weekend, by the way. This is why I'm so happy. I bought goalie equipment from Canadian Tire, street hockey gear.
The one question I have, were you playing with a rubber puck at least?
No, of course not.
You had street hockey pads on and no protection other than
I wasn't even wearing a can.
How about that?
And I went, stack my pads. I'm like, whoa, I got nothing on down here. I never thought that I would be leaving my pins. Seriously.
Wow.
And no mask.
Talk about putting them on the table.
This is the Rod Pedersen Show.
Absolutely. Welcome to the RP Show, everybody. No breaking news, just that it's Thursday, April the 8th. Welcome as I load up my sports update here for moments time. Hi, Moose.
Hi.
You know, you guys always get me. I never know what intro is going to be when we come in here and go to air. I never know what it's going to be. And one, as I went back and listened to that clip, yeah, we were using a rubber puck, a vulcanized rubber puck, yes. So I wasn't wearing a can and I wasn't wearing a mask.
Wow.
It's not smart. I understand that. I just don't feel pain, neither physical nor emotional. I don't know why. And the other thing was I was watching NHL hockey last night, and I'm just in love with the goalies' equipment, as you know. All of their equipment, it just looks so comfortable. And when I went and bought that hockey equipment this winter, goaltending equipment for the first time in 30 years, it comes broken in. Their pads are that thin. They're like Kevlar with cops' bulletproof vests, thin. You know what I mean? And we're sitting there sopping around in horsehair pads. Can't get up. Oh, my God. So easy to be a goalie and a hockey player these days. Remember when the rivets used to burn through the bottom of your feet?
I don't remember that. I was a goalie probably at like 5, 6, 7 years old for like a couple of years.
Did you hate it or love it?
Yeah, because it's like the more tired you get, the more you'd want to sit on your knees. But the more you sat on your knees, the wetter the pads got, and the heavier they got, and the harder it was to stand up.
So you're old enough to know that.
So I was out.
The kids now have no idea. But no, those skates used to come, and most of our viewers would know, they were like cindercrete blocks when you put your feet into them. This was brand new. And you'd have blisters for weeks. You know, by the time they're broken in, your feet are too big. You got to go get another pair.
Now they put them in the oven before you buy them.
They come broken in. It's comfortable. I'm like, oh, you guys have no idea. Talk about the back in our day, huh?
Oh, yeah.
Old man yells at clouds. Anyways, it's a lot of hockey today, but we're going to get around to the football and a lot of golf. But Killer Kaminski is going to be with us. Kevin Killer Kaminski, the former Washington Capitals tough guy, Saskatoon Blade, and the current coach and GM of the L'Orange Ice Wolves. You know, he can legitimately say he's 2 years Coach of the Year in the SJHL. Sort of like the Blue Bombers can say they're 2 years Grey Cup champions.
Right. It's kind of the same.
The reigning Coach of the Year in the SJ, Kevin Killer Kaminski, is going to be with us, NHL alum. Nate Ewell is going to join us from College Hockey Inc. Good get there, Clark, as they get ready for the Frozen Four opening tonight. Nate Ewell from College Hockey Inc. And obviously been aware of college hockey for years, NCAA. Never really done an NCAA interview until today. So I'm excited for that.
Yeah.
And then Drew Kosir, the host of this province's #1 hockey podcast, Hockey and Golf, Off the Hosel. Drew Kosir will be with us to talk hockey and Masters opening day. So that's the guest list today. But let's roll into the leftovers, if you don't mind, please, and thank you, Director Jordan. You guys can continue to chime in with your comments, but don't expect me to get to them just yet, because this is me time. My quick 6 show topics. Wednesday NHL leftovers from last night. I wrote 5 on Twitter, and then more came up. Like, for instance, the Winnipeg Jets are in Montreal tonight. Happy Jets game day, Winnipeg. But you won't have Blake Wheeler. And I went back again and watched the elbow by Brady Tkachuk that knocked him out the other night, and why Wheeler's not playing tonight. And, you know, I guess it just wasn't that bad. Like, if there was ever a case of you running into somebody's elbow, that was it.
Yeah.
Did you see the video of it?
Yeah.
Do you think Tkachuk meant to hit him? Like, those Tkachuks are the masters of selling dirty hits where you don't really know if it's intentional or not. How did they learn this?
I know.
Is it a St. Louis thing?
Right. Like, I didn't think it was their dad's game.
Not at all.
He was gritty. He was a power forward.
They're masters, these kids.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, I'm sure he's happy that he made contact with him for sure, but you want to make the hit, but no, I don't know that he meant to.
On YouTube, we got a viewer writing in, the Raging Dolphins Maniac says, "Hi, everybody from Rochester, New York. I can't figure this out. All these Americans, we were talking about it in the morning meeting. Why do you care about us? We're talking Junior A the other day, and we're getting comments from Toledo. It's like Brewster's Millions. The more you try to step on your toes, the more popular you get.
I know. The more success you have.
Why do you care about this stuff?" Patrolman Pete in Winnipeg writes in, "Kachuk meant to hit him." I said I was going to get to my comments here. So Clark, here's his suggestion for the poll question today. Is Jack Campbell the greatest Leafs goalie ever? He just said he was joking. No, you weren't. Jack Campbell set a Leafs record for, 10 consecutive wins? And he's passed now, all the greats.
Yeah.
Felix, Johnny Bauer, Jacques Plante, which a lot of people would forget was ever a Leaf. You don't even know who he is. That's fine.
Jacques Plante?
You don't know who he is.
Of course I know who he is.
Do you? Okay.
First got to wear a mask.
Okay, sorry.
He's like the guy.
Yeah.
Terry Sawchuk.
Okay.
Turk
Bravo.
Broda.
I didn't think you were old enough, but the first book that I ever read was Jacques Plante's goaltending book. I'll never forget. He said on the day of a game to put your feet up and, rest before the game, put your feet up. I'm like 7. Mom, Jacques Plante said to put my feet up the afternoon of a game. She's like, go take out the garbage and rake the leaves. Shut up. And also, the Arizona Coyotes are in a playoff spot and the St. Louis Blues are not. Just putting that out there. As of today. So one of my leftovers is that the Honda West division is far, far from over. Like in Canada, we know who's going to be in the playoffs in the Scotia North division.
Yes.
Some of these other divisions, you have no idea. Anyways, point 2, it's day 1 of the Masters at Augusta. And, yeah, I'm into it. Obviously, we're the Deer Valley pool. It's very interesting the way that they've done that. You guys, you people that go in sports pools, you know where they have the boxes for hockey drafts for years? The old Kenniston hockey draft where you have to check a guy in each box. That's what Deer Valley did for theirs. So my wife and I last night went through, and she picked hers. Yours and mine are far more similar picks than mine and hers.
Okay.
In the Deer Valley, $20. Money goes to their junior golf program out there, our official partner, Deer Valley Golf and Estates. But we're both thinking Jordan Spieth is the guy, hey?
I think so.
Because it seems like he gets on a roll.
That's it, right?
Yeah.
You hope that this is the start of him getting on a roll again. So, yeah, that's what he did when he was winning. They usually win in bunches. And that's the thing about golf. When you're playing great, everything's going your way. When you're playing bad, everything's not. So you hope he's on the right side. I also wildly took a flyer on Mike Weir in the bottom box just because he had played really good in the Champions Tour this year and he's come really close. So I took a flyer on Mike Weir. He's not winning, but...
Actually, in that same box, look at us talking golf here today.
I know.
In that same box, no, I did take Mike Weir. Sorry, my wife took Vijay Singh. She's the turncoat that didn't take the Canadian. Just putting that out there.
Okay.
So we will be following that very closely. And that's our poll question today. That's why I called up my phone for Capital Auto Mall Universal Collision Center. Who will win the Masters? The top 3 choices that we went with were the money leaders, the odds leaders at Come On Official, our betting partner. Dustin Johnson, Jordan Spieth, Bryson DeChambeau, or other. And leading, by the way, is other. On Twitter with 39% of the vote.
Yeah, Dustin Johnson's leading on Facebook, 50%.
Okay, gotcha. Moving on, I saw the comment come in from Ryan McCarthy in Albany, New York. He says, Rod and crew, your show is a break from ESPN/Fox Sports. Plus, you cover hockey. That's why I watch your show. Well, I appreciate it, Ryan McCarthy in Albany, New York. And he hosts the No Credentials Required podcast. I was on it. It's a good one. Our third point here in the warm-up is the Blue Jays home opener goes today. Are the Blue Jays coming down to earth? They lost the last 2 of the Texas series. So I don't know if they're coming back to earth or not, but they got the White Sox in there and Dunedin. They got the Angels in there. Shohei Ohtani and the Angels come in there. How about it's the Florida Toronto teams, eh?
Yeah.
Blue Jays are in Dunedin and the Raptors are in Tampa. It doesn't feel real to me yet. Does it, do you?
Not really. I mean, it did when we were watching opening day. I enjoyed that and I was into it. But you're right. It kind of doesn't because they're not playing here. So it kind of feels like fantasy a little bit. But you know what? They gotta start winning series, right? You can't lose series.
Well, when I say it doesn't feel real, I mean it's not at Rogers Center.
Yeah, no, it's not.
The Raptors are not at Scotiabank Arena, so it doesn't really feel real to me since they've been gone. And some people think they're never coming back. I don't believe that's the case, but who knows? Here on the Apocalypse. The warm-up is brought to you by the Four Seasons Sports Palace, by the way. Order a fabulous Four Seasons pizza and your favorite beverage for takeout and delivery. One-stop shopping. They got it all. Call or order online, Four Seasons Sports Palace. Point 4, CFL proposed changes to nationals. Here's what I've discerned in the last 24 to 48 hours. The CFL is not going to die. Not this summer, anyways. I mean, long-term, maybe, when it pairs with the XFL, and who knows what the name's going to be. But in terms of right now, they're not going bankrupt or broke. And from multiple sources, what they're waiting on is Ontario. And I don't know what's happening in Ontario. Like, I went on ctvnews.ca today. The entire page is COVID. There's no other news in Canada except COVID.
That's right.
And I'm like, there is another country out here outside of Ontario, you guys. But they plan to play. You know, I told you I got the news from an Alberta Sports Association yesterday saying that they think that by the end of July, by August 1st, they could have full capacity outdoor stadiums for outdoor sport, baseball, rodeo, football. So they're planning to play, Darren. That's the good thing. When do they chop the ratio down to 3? When do they chop 5 spots per team? We're getting a little late in the year to do that, aren't we? CBA-wise?
We are. We're moving really quickly. You know, this would have to be something that they would propose, right? They'd have to propose it to the players. They'd have to accept it. We're talking about, like, already being past the point of being able to pull off training camps on time, right? So what becomes the negotiations around ratio and Canadiens, and how do you get that agreed and then find a new start date? It's holy smokes.
Yeah.
Becoming difficult.
I see from the comment board, Rob Somerville watching in Ontario says, good morning, Rod and Moose. Oh, sorry. He says, tuning in from the Peg. What are your thoughts on the CFL possibly having a season in 2021? This is it. You know how these big shots think. It's like eventually it'll come together, and damned if it doesn't generally always come together. That is by the work of other people, but the players have to accept the pay cut, and they need to find some additional revenue streams, and the betting things coming down the pipe. But if you're asking me if they're going to play, it's looking like they're going to play Labor Day at the absolute latest. So that's the good news. The problem is, I told you I was on the phone last night with a personnel guy for an hour calling me from Alabama. And he said, you know what, the coaches have taken other jobs. They're doing other things. Same thing for the players. It's just their lives are on hold football-wise, but they're finding a way to make a living until they get back to football. So they're not leaving the game, right?
Right.
Hey, thank you. Oh, I got a funny story here. Breaking news. The Moose Jaw Warriors have named Jason Ripplinger the new general manager. That was today. For the hockey fans, the Moose Jaw Warriors have named Jason Ripplinger their new general manager. Can I tell you a funny story that he won't mind?
Yeah.
Give you a little idea how things go on in the Dub Hub. I ran into Jason Ripplinger the other night. I was coming in, and he was going the other way. You know how it works there?
Yeah.
He's got his mask on. I got my mask on. And I leaned over to him, and I'm like, when are they naming you general manager? And as I'm leaning this way, he's going, like, get away from me. 6 feet, right?
Yeah.
He's so worried. And you can tell he's smiling behind his mask. He goes, well, what are you talking about? I said, come on, Jason. The chairman of the team's telling people they're going to hire internally. And he laughed. He goes, well, I guess it's just me and James Gallo. Small staff.
You start wondering there's right. Not that many candidates.
His point is small staff.
Yeah.
And he laughed. So he knew. He knew. And the only reason because I know other people that had applied for the job and they were told that they were going to hire internally. So I'm like, if it's not Jason, who's it going to be? The radio guy? James Gallo?
Exactly.
That was a funny little hockey story there for you. There's my thought on the CFL. I think it's good news, right? That's my commentary on Cat Country today. Maybe the ratio goes down a little bit. Maybe they chop Canadians per team. But in life, how many times have we said, if you're going to get something, you need to give up something? Go back in your life and try and find an incident where that's not the case. That you got something worthwhile, you had to give up something worthwhile. And in this case, it's that for the Canadian Football League. It's going to survive, but it's going to change, and you're not going to like the changes. Fair?
That's fair.
Couple more I had. NFL notes. We haven't really talked a lot of NFL, but tomorrow there will be a lot of it. Tori Gurley's going to be with us. Anthony Auclair, the Laval grad, has signed with the Houston Texans. So despite the grease fire that is the Houston Texans, Anthony Auclair is leaving the Super Bowl champion Tampa Bay Buccaneers to go to Houston. More money and probably better opportunity, I would think.
Yeah, when it comes to Auclair, I mean, he's a good player, but Cameron Brate's there, and then Gronk signed for another one-year deal. So unless you want to have another year of waiting for an opportunity, go play, make your mark, and guess what? If Gronk plays a year and leaves, and if Cam Brate doesn't, last long, go back. Go back to Tampa if you really like it there. But he needs to look out for number one.
And just this Aaron Rodgers thing, I get what Ryan in Albany, New York was saying. I turned on Get Up this morning, and all it was Aaron Rodgers just jerking around the Packers, whether he wants to come back or not. And I'm like, I wish I could watch something else right now because I'm tired of this. Yet I still watched it.
I know.
What was I saying earlier about brainwashing your audience? Point 6 in the Dub Hub. I'll just say last night, Brandon beat Swift Current 4-1. The Wheaties have won 8 in a row. Winnipeg beat Moose Jaw 6-3 in a battle of the Warriors. See what I did there? Winnipeg 6, Moose Jaw 3. There's one game in the Dub Hub tonight. It's at 6, PA versus Saskatoon. And that's kind of it for the warm-up today. Trent's watching in Norway. He says, Norway calling. DeChambeau is my Masters pick, but hoping the Canadian golfers can make waves through the weekend. The Oilers won last night, but the Senators seem to be a very fast team. So good to see the new baseball park in Regina coming. Stay well, everyone. Yeah, yesterday was a really great day, sports-wise, around here, and I'm expecting today's going to be just as good or better. And that's big reason is our good friend Kevin Kaminski joins us next. Killer Kaminski. This has been the warm-up for the Four Seasons Sports Palace. You're watching the RP Show on Game Plus TV Network, live daily on YouTube and Facebook, and 24-hour sports talk for Suds Full Service Car Wash at rodpeterson.com. Listen live.
Head to youtube.com/The Rod Peterson Show now. You gotta subscribe. Click the subscribe button for all the content you may have missed.
Direct West has been the bridge for me from not dealing with social media or digital presence to having a presence. You have to take the leap of faith, so to say, and I'm glad we have. Direct West has helped us out immensely to get our presence online as far as digitally and also with the social media page. To see the results is just puts a smile on your face.
Bronco Plumbing and Heating, proudly serving Regina and surrounding areas since 1978. We are excited to announce the new Bryant Furnace Trade-in Allowance Program. If you have a working Bryant furnace, 15 years old or less, you may be eligible to receive a new furnace at a discounted rate. If you'd like to take advantage of the Bryant Trade-in Program, or to hear how we can help improve your home, give us a call today at 306-781-2090.
Does this look familiar? Your fans deserve an incredible arena experience. It's time for an upgrade. Stunning graphics. Revenue opportunities are just the beginning with our in-venue display systems and scoring technology. Let us help you find the best solution for your facility. EDG. always delivering the best fan experience.
Nestled in the scenic Qu'Appelle Valley, just 20 minutes northwest of Regina, is one of the finest golf courses in all of Saskatchewan, the Deer Valley Golf Club. The clubhouse has a full-service restaurant, and customers can enjoy a casual dining experience with spectacular views of the golf course and valley. A fully stocked golf shop, staffed by PGA of Canada professionals, is equipped to meet all of your golf apparel and equipment needs. Book your tee time, family event, or corporate tournament today at the Deer Valley Golf Club. Call 306-731-1445.
At Prairie Mobile, you can get the phone you want when you want. All smartphones are $0 every day. With convenient locations across Saskatchewan, Prairie Mobile, your SaskTel authorized dealer, has you covered. Visit us online at prairiemobile.com.
IKS Live. IKS Live. Western Canada's premier production services company. LED sign rentals. Video production. Event management. Look no further than IKS Live. Visit our website. IKS Live. Always the best seat in the house. IKS Live.
Introducing Original 16 Hard Seltzer. The refreshing taste of delicious peach with vodka made in Saskatchewan. New hard seltzers from Original 16.
Hey, honey, can you get one of the kids to show me how this Twitter thing works? Honey, I need to get on Instagram. Time for more of the Rod Pedersen Show.
It is. Welcome back to the program, everybody. I'm going to say it again, just ahead of Killer. Dean Tix, one of our viewers on YouTube's watching in Wisconsin. Why do you guys care what we're talking about here? He says, Rod, take it from a Packers fan listening to the incessant hot takes on Rodgers and Rodgers' passive-aggressive trolling are getting real old. Well, you're not going to get that here. And I'll tell you what, Kevin Kaminski, you can bring him in, guys, if you don't mind. You just look up the picture of a hockey guy in the dictionary. His picture's there. 139 games with the North Stars Nordique, Capitals. Played with the Saskatoon Blades. A lot of games there. And he's the product of Churchbridge, Saskatchewan, and now the coach and GM of the L'Orange Ice Walls. How you doing, Keller?
I'm doing good, Rod. How are you?
Good, guys. I like your shirt.
Yes.
Tell the folks the story behind that.
Joe Lazito up in New York. He's a big Islanders fan. He loves the fighting part of the game, and he has a podcast, Coliseum Chronicles. And actually, we just got off the phone. We were on the phone for close to 2 hours this morning. Actually, he's helping me write my book.
Wow.
So just a great friend. But I think you know the story with him in the subway there. That,
oh, yeah.
He wrote his own book, and now he's helping me with my little book that I'm going to be coming up with.
I can't wait to read that. And Joe Lazito took down a mass murderer on the subway in New York, and the NYPD took credit for it. Did you know that? Ended up, and he was the one that did it. It is a hell of a story. You're right. And Killer, would you mind, just before we get into the hockey stuff, tell our viewers off the top of your head where you coached? Because I just mentioned where you played. It's quite a few towns. It's not, we got time for it. Where did you coach?
Well, I started after I retired due to concussions. I coached in Cincinnati with the Mighty Ducks, with Anaheim and Detroit Red Wings farm team, with under Mike Babcock in the American Hockey League, which was, for me, it was an awesome experience just to, you go from a player and you know how to prepare for yourself. But now, as a coach, how do you prepare for 25 guys to get them on the same page? And Mike is so detailed, and with his video, his structure, all that stuff, and that's what really helped me as I keep growing as a coach here. I think from there I went to
Long Beach.
Long Beach. Yep. Started head coach at Long Beach. And then from there, I think it was Missouri, just outside of St. Louis. And then Youngstown, Ohio. And then I went to Mississippi. And then Louisiana. And then ended up, I went 1 year in Portland, Maine, back my old stomping grounds, back to Louisiana, and then Fresno, and then full circle back in Saskatchewan and La Ronge.
Yeah, and Coach of the Year in your first year. So this is just a hockey chat, Keller. I'm not going to pick your brain on too much, but you're obviously a Babs fan, and there are coaches wondering if Daryl Sutter's going to start bringing back the old school coach. You're Coach of the Year in La Ronge as an old school guy, right? Like, obviously, you changed a little bit because the kids have changed, right? But the concepts of success have not changed in the wonderful game of hockey, I would suggest.
Yeah, I agree with you there. Obviously, the game has gone more skill, faster, all that stuff. So yeah, you kind of have to adjust. And I think with my style, we're a high tempo team. We're stingy D first, take care of our own zone. And then once we create that turnover, man, that's, I call it speed through the speed zone, speed through the neutral zone. And then in the offensive zone, I call it the fun zone. Go be creative, go have fun, and go score a lot of goals. But I still think, like I said, there seems to be a lot of fights this year in the NHL. I still think the intimidation factor is there. We do have a smaller barn up in La Ronge, and I think we use that to our advantage with being physical. And I felt like we wore down teams, and we took over in the third period a lot of games. And like I said, it was just relentless type style of hockey with physicality in there, and it was very successful the first year, and we're off to a 4-1 start last year. So that's the way we're going to play up in La Ronge.
Yeah, and they love you in La Ronge. But that's the interesting thing. You scored 26, 38, and 25 goals with the Blades year by year by year. So you were a skilled guy too, but you also knew that you were going to have to fight to make it. 3 NHL goals. Who did you beat for your first one?
Red Light Rasico.
Oh, there was an easy one. Who'd you beat for your second one?
Oh gosh, I think it was against the Islanders. I think it was I can't even. It was I think a Swede goalie. Is it Soderstrom?
Tommy Soderstrom.
I can't.
Look, there are no easy goals, Keller. I'm just joking when I say that, as you know.
Too many concussions. I can't remember the third one.
Right. Hey, I'm using my my Coliseum Chronicles mug this morning too. Yeah, there you go. Cheers. Good morning, Caliber Coffee.
Cheers.
Killer, the people are wanting to talk about your clothing line, if you don't mind. I see that you're wearing the same hat that I just ordered. Maybe that is my hat. Can you talk about the Killer Hockey clothing brand?
Yeah, it's just something that started up in Portland, Maine, when I was running all my hockey schools, and and I teamed up with Gobby. Everyone knows Gobby in Saskatoon. He has his brother, who I knew as well, had committed suicide, and Darren Anderson come up with this Love My Mind mental health. And so now we've teamed up, and for every item sold, I donate $1 to Love My Mind. And then also I've been auctioning off some stuff, and 5% of that's going to Love My Mind too. And like I said, it's just I think it's part or it's gone. It just kind of seems to slip everyone's mind, and I think it's a pandemic itself with the
mental health,
the mental side of life and all that. So just trying to do my part to hopefully give people a better life and know that there is support out there for them.
By the way, Drew Kosir is watching. He's going to be on later today from the Off the Hosel podcast. Drew Kosir, he writes in, who's tougher, Killer, you or Joey? And I'll just say Wendell says Joey's the toughest guy to ever come out of Saskatchewan. I'll just say that. But if you're fighting, you probably fought Joey. Have you?
No, you know what? I was smart. I'm not that smart, but I never fought any of the Blade boys. Chaser, Twister, Joey, Wendell. I didn't fight any of those guys.
Well, I just thought maybe after a slow pitch game or something, maybe you guys might have got after it. Can you, Junior A?
Thank God he was on my slow pitch team.
That good point. Good point. What? How have you guys managed? Because I've been thinking of you guys a lot with not playing this year. How have your players managed? I was so happy when Bill Chow, the president, said on this show, no teams are going to fold in the SJHL. It's been a tough time for junior hockey in this country. How have the Ice Wolves managed?
Yeah, it has been. I mean, I don't. So Hockey Canada, I think, has got to do something and get with the government. I mean, there's leagues going. We started out with 150 fans. There was not one case, and then they shut us down. Like I said, I feel. I mean, I love the game. Obviously, I love coaching these kids and I feel for these kids that, I guess we're fortunate that we're going to have all our 20-year-olds committed this year. So that's a good thing. But, it's been tough on everybody. And I just don't think we're getting the right answers. And hopefully, with what we're doing in LaRange, I mean, we just had a very successful snowmobile and 50-50, raffle. And now I think starting on April 15th, we're set. We got a brand new Sea-Doo, which is unbelievable. I went and seen it at one of our sponsors, Mark Lepke at Fun Motors. So that's going to be there, and another 50-50. Just trying to, since you can't do all these other fundraisers that the teams do, we got to do this online stuff. So obviously we appreciate your support when the raffle tickets come out.
Yeah, good. Well, that's exactly it. A lot of people have money in the bank, from what I understand. Support your teams, please. Right? Support your teams because they need it, and they're going to be needing it a lot here through this offseason. Randolph Zora's watching from Eastern Ontario. He says, where can I buy those mugs? Just search Joe Lazito on Twitter or Facebook, Instagram, Coliseum Chronicles. You can get the mugs there, clothing line, and Kevin Kaminski, too. Search him for the Killer hockey brand with proceeds going to mental health. Killer, just on an NHL note, as the NHL alum that you are, let's just stick to Canada. Are the Leafs going to romp to the Stanley Cup or what? Or do you think they've had it too easy, as John Scott has said? What's your view on the Leafs?
I don't know. I think they're growing as a team. Yesterday's game against Montreal was a hell of a game. But I think I think they have some very good leadership, and I think they've, like I said, you live and learn from the last few years, and I think that team has matured into a more well-rounded team, just to play a little better defensively. And obviously, I think now they got two legit goalies, so I think they definitely could be a legit contender, in the Canada pool.
Do you think they're cup contenders?
Well, I really like, I'm liking Montreal too. But I do. I think, I really think that Toronto, like I said, I think they brought in, I think they had too much skill before. I think they brought in a little bit of grease and grit, with which you need down the road, and those are the guys that lead the way, and then those guys that with skill catch on and say, hey, we got to do this too. And you know what? I remember the one shift, like I think Marner blocked about 3 or 4 shots. That's what you need from your skilled guys. When your skilled guys sacrifice the body, then I think you got something special there, and you can make some damage in the playoffs for sure. And I think they're a legit contender.
Well, the funnest time is still ahead. From our viewers, just before we say goodbye, Nelson Vo is watching in Saskatoon. He says, I'm the head coach of Killer's stepson Jack's football team. I know I'm not supposed to pick favorites, but ... Clearly his coach likes Jack, Killer. And John in Winnipeg, John Ohm, he says, is that U.S. or Canadian funds for Killer hockey? Well, I made my order, as you saw this morning, Killer, and you can pick U.S. funds or Canadian funds. What do you want? Canadian funds or U.S. funds? Or does it matter?
Take U.S. funds, man.
Okay. Pick U.S. funds. Get 30% more. Yeah. All right, Killer.
I still miss the American dollar.
Yeah, no, don't we all? I just miss America. All right, buddy. Thanks for the time. Stay safe. Enjoy the hockey.
Thank you, Roddy. Take care, man.
You too. The great Kevin Killer Kaminski, the pride of Churchbridge, Saskatchewan, NHL vet and fighter, joining us on the program today. We'll be right back with a sports update. Whatever you want to talk about, okay? We will delve into it for the rest of this hour. You're watching the RP Show on Game Plus TV, YouTube and Facebook Live, and 24-hour sports talk at Suds Full Service Car Wash, rodpeterson.com.
Head to youtube.com/The Rod Peterson Show now. You gotta subscribe. Click the subscribe button for all the content you may have missed.
If you could spend less time in the field, more time with your family, and make more money at the same time, would you do it? Verge's farm operations planning technology eliminates unnecessary turns, improves in-field communication, application accuracy, and reduces deadheading. Finish fields faster, burn less fuel, and use fewer inputs, all in one simple-to-use, web-based solution. Do more of what you want, when you want, with the people you love by subscribing to Launchpad by Verge today.
Rockstar Supply Chain Solutions is Saskatchewan's only full-service supply chain company. Strategic sourcing, PO creation, and order expediting, VMI and vending solutions, and free delivery are just a few of the supply chain services we provide. If your company needs it, Rockstar Supply Chain Solutions can get it for you. Price, quality, service, Rockstar Supply Chain Solution is helping Saskatchewan companies buy better.
Some of the challenges we face with the CT technology that we have today is some of the deficiencies in around integration with some of our other systems. The addition of 2 new 4D simulators within the programming at the Saskatchewan Cancer Agency is going to have significant impact on the care we provide to the people of Saskatchewan.
We started Suds Car Wash in 2003.
There's a bit of us in every part of the business. I've been working here since I was about 10 years old. Hard to believe it's been 12 years since. Working with my family has been great. My mom and dad have taught us the importance of hard work. I've been here since I was 10 years old, and my dad has taught me a lot about quality work.
From all of us at Suds Car Wash, we make your car shine.
Capital GMC is your used car destination. We're overstocked and priced to move, so shop online or in-store to get the best deal on any one of our massive selection of certified pre-owned vehicles. Every certified vehicle includes the balance of manufacturer's warranty, 150 plus point inspection, roadside assistance, and certified exchange privilege. So save the depreciation and buy pre-owned. Capital GMC is your used car destination at the corner of Rochdale and Pasqua in Regina.
Here's how your business can be a part of Canada's fastest growing sports talk show. All you have to do is contact us, and we will tell you all about the dynamic and exciting marketing opportunities we have, utilizing a fully integrated 360-degree multi-platform. Imagine your business seen and heard across Canada on Game Plus TV and around the world on the Rod Peterson Digital Network. You will use one of the most overused expressions in sports. You gotta be kidding me. Get your business involved. Contact the Rod Pedersen Show today.
Did you know you can catch all the best moments from the show on all our social media platforms? Now, back to the studio with Rod.
Welcome back, everybody. Just ahead of a sports update for our Winnipeg viewers, of which there are so many, I'm just going to do you a solid and throw you out a Jets Montreal Canadiens preview here. Because it's the Jets at the Habs tonight, 7 p.m. Eastern. Bottom line, Montreal hosts the Winnipeg Jets after Corey Perry scored 2 goals and the Habs 3-2 loss to the Leafs last night. The Canadiens 17-10-9 against the rest of their division, which of course is their overall record. Why do they continue to put that in
against the rest of the division?
Why do they?
It's their season record.
I get caught every time. Jets 23-13-3. In their last meeting on March 17th, Winnipeg won 4-3. Kyle Connor scored 2 goals for the Jets in that one. Joel Edmondson leads the Canadiens with a plus 30 in 36 games this season. Tyler Toffoli has 4 goals over the last 10 games for Montreal. Kyle Connor leads the Jets with 18 goals and has 37 points. Nikolai Ehlers has 7 assists over the last 10 games for Winnipeg. Why, Darren, every time do I say or hear Nikolai Ehlers, it's Dennis Bayak's voice saying that in my ears.
I hear it too. I do.
Nikolai Ehlers. Is he the only guy saying Nikolai Ehlers? He kind of is.
Kind of.
Anyways, last 10 games, the Canadiens are 5-3-2. Last 10 games, the Jets are 5-4-1. And here are your injuries for the Canadiens tonight. Ben Sherratt is out with a hand. For the Jets, Blake Wheeler is out undisclosed, but we all know what it is. There's your Jets preview. You're welcome. And for the Habs fans, too. Sports update, Jack Campbell made 32 saves for his franchise record, 10th straight victory as the Leafs down the Habs 3-2 at Scotiabank Arena last night. Campbell's winning streak surpasses the previous record he shared with Felix Potvin, Jacques Plante, and John Ross Roach. Leon Draisaitl scored 3 goals and assisted on Connor McDavid's game winner, and the Oilers continued their dominance of the Ottawa Senators with a 4-2 win at CT Centre. The first big move ahead of the upcoming NHL trade deadline happened before the Islanders and New Jersey Devils got it going. The Devils have sent forwards Kyle Palmieri and Travis Zajac to the Isles for forwards Mason Jobst, AJ Greer, and a pair of picks. In the Dub Hub, Nate Danielson and Chad Nychuk had a goal and an assist apiece as the Brandon Wheat Kings extended their win streak to 8 games with a 4-1 win over Swift Current. Reed Jacobson had 2 goals and a helper, and Campbell Arnold kicked out 29 shots as the Spokane Chiefs down Tri-City 5-2. Peyton Krebs scored the first of 4 goals in a 4-11 span of the first period. He added 3 assists as the Winnipeg Ice doubled the Moose Jaw Warriors 6-3. And again, breaking news today, the Warriors have officially named Jason Ripplinger as their general manager. Congrats, J-Rip. Bryce Bader and Justin Sordoff both had 2 goals and a helper, and Vancouver came back from a 4-2 deficit with 4 straight goals to top Victoria 6-4. They've won 5 in a row. Texas Rangers beat the Toronto Blue Jays 2-1 in the rubber match of their 3-game series at Globe Life Field. Nick Solak homered off Jays ace Hyun Jin Ryu, who took the loss despite striking out 7 without a walk over 7 innings. Off-season acquisition Marcus Semien hit his 3rd homer for the Jays, a leadoff shot in the 8th. This sports update for the Tap Brew House and Drive-Thru Liquor Store. And for Red Bull Canada, Red Bull gives you wings. And it is day 1 of the Masters. I'm not going to be that guy checking my score app right now, like some people whose initials are Rod Black, who is tweeting the results right now already so far of who's leading. Think he's into the Masters a little bit?
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
Just a little. And golf courses, at least around here, are opening earlier than kind of normal.
That's my question. That's my next point. We're in the Deer Valley pool for the Masters. That's the official golf partner of the Rod Peterson Show, Deer Valley Golf and Estates. I was wondering when their driving range is going to be open because the voice of the Wheat Kings, Brandon Crow, was in here yesterday. He said he brought his sticks anticipating golf around the Sweatpants Capital. Do you know?
I don't have a date for Deer Valley off the top of my head. They're always a little bit later because they're in the valley, a little bit later than the others. But some of the city courses are opening as early as this weekend. So if you want to get a tee, that Brandon wants to go out, I mean, as early as this weekend, I know some of the city courses will be open, and then every few days they're going to continue to open around the province here. So maybe we'll get out with him. I don't know. But
any golf people across the country?
Yeah.
You want to write in and tell us if you're open, what's your deal? Is the driving range open yet? Because that's kind of where we'll be taking Crozy. Chris Bird, writing in from Toronto, one of our viewers, says, for all football fans, Dave Naylor wrote a good article about the CFL's global initiative and the vision it shares with Dwayne Johnson, Danny Garcia, and Redbird Capital. And I had a call this morning, a 30-minute right-on-the-nose call on that whole thing with the CFL and where it's going with Redbird Capital. And I'll reiterate this, and thank you, Chris, for diverting. I said that we would turn this over to viewer takeover. You write in to us what we'd like to talk about, because Darren, I think you're down with that, right?
Oh, yeah.
We could talk Masters if we wanted to or whatever, but it's interactive television, as Paul says around here. You tell us what you want to talk about. And if it's the CFL, XFL, great. The CFL's not dying. That's my commentary on Cat Country today, and we're going to read it next hour as part of our Great Western Ultra update. But the CFL is not dying. Unfortunately, and it's not really the CFL's fault, obviously, they don't know if they're going to play this year because of, Ontario's holding it up, is what I've been told by multiple sources. That wouldn't surprise anybody. But they plan to be on the field Labor Day at the absolute latest and playing this year. And that's not just coming from CFL sources. I'm getting that from health sources, too. They're impressed with the vaccine rollouts across this country. Darren, you follow this stuff, too. Would it surprise you to know that the CFL's not dying? It's not going to be in great shape when they come out of 2021. But they'll be... this is actually one thing that I heard. They're talking about a Grey Cup this year, if they play it, being not necessarily in Hamilton, but in the home stadium of the team with the best record. Right? But they do want to get the Grey Cup to Hamilton as soon as possible. Maybe it'll be Hamilton. Maybe they're the best team in the league. Statistically, that would tell you that it is. But would you be surprised if this is my revelation today, that the CFL is not folding? It's not in great shape, but it's not folding, and they plan to play this year.
Yeah, I mean, you look at the owners, it's up to them, right? Individually, team by team. What are you doing? And if you're ready to let go, is somebody else willing to come in and own the team? And also, you've got these beautiful stadiums across the country, excluding one or two, Calgary. No, you've got these beautiful stadiums across the country that aren't going to sit empty. If there's an opportunity to play football, there will be football played in all these stadiums. They're already built. So that makes me think that if there's an appetite to play the CFL, it won't fold. I could get behind Labor Day.
I'm going to get to all of your comments when we come back. We're up against it here with 10 seconds to go till break. You're watching the RP Show on Game Plus TV, YouTube, and Facebook Live, and 24-hour sports talk. It's Suds full-service car wash at rodpeterson.com. Listen live.
Head to youtube.com/The Rod Peterson Show now. You gotta subscribe. Click the subscribe button for all the content you may have missed.
Universal Collision Center is Saskatchewan's premier auto body shop. Our extensive process ensures that every vehicle that comes through our state-of-the-art facilities is returned pre-accident condition, and that every UCC customer experience is an easy one. We're certified to repair all makes, all models, and all luxury brands, and Universal Auto Spa offers full-service detailing packages to suit you and your vehicle. Plus, we're the official body shop of your Saskatchewan Rough Riders. Universal Collision Center, 3910 Rochdale Boulevard and 2355 First Avenue in Regina.
Direct West provides us with stats and analytics, and it's amazing for us to look and see that, each year we're 10 to 20% higher on our Google leads. It's great to see the success that our locations are having. The Direct West app gives us an opportunity to be in one place for people to find any of our locations or our commodities. Without Direct West, we would have to be in multiple digital places. I would recommend Direct West. They're great to work with.
Capital GMC is Truck Nation. Looking to buy your next truck or sell your current one? Capital is Canada's truck destination. Shop online or in-store to see the new 2021 GMC Sierra, Terrain, and Acadia. Right now is the best time to lease or finance a new vehicle. Can't find exactly what you're looking for? Let us help by sourcing your vehicle from our dealer network or custom ordering one that is perfect for you. Capital GMC is Truck Nation at the corner of Rochdale and Pasqua in Regina.
Bronco Plumbing and Heating, proudly serving Regina and surrounding areas since 1978. We are excited to announce the new Bryant Furnace Trade-in Allowance Program. If you have a working Bryant furnace, 15 years old or less, you may be eligible to receive a new furnace at a discounted rate. If you'd like to take advantage of the Bryant Trade-in Program, or to hear how we can help improve your home, give us a call today at 306-781-2090.
People donate blood for moments like this.
But there are lots of reasons why Canada's Lifeline needs donors every day.
Like the fact that someone with leukemia can need up to 8 units of blood a week.
Or that donated blood lasts no longer than 42 days.
Or to help new moms and babies, like Henry.
There's lots of reasons to donate blood. That's why we need donors every day.
The need for blood is constant. Join Toyota and our Toyota dealers in supporting Canada's Lifeline.
Nestled in the scenic Qu'Appelle Valley, just 20 minutes northwest of Regina, is one of the finest golf courses in all of Saskatchewan, the Deer Valley Golf Club. The clubhouse has a full-service restaurant, and customers can enjoy a casual dining experience with spectacular views of the golf course and valley. A fully stocked golf shop, staffed by PGA of Canada professionals, is equipped to meet all of your golf apparel and equipment needs. Book your tee time, family event, or corporate tournament today at the Deer Valley Golf Club. Call 306-731-1445.
Hey, Rod Squad, now you can join the team with your very own RP Show gear. Head to rodpetersonshop.com and get yours today while supplies last. It's just like we wear on the show, official RP Show gear at rodpetersonshop.com.
Send us your opinions now. We won't victimize you unless you really deserve it. Now, back to your host, Rod Peterson.
Welcome back, everybody. Especially those lounging by the pool. We're very close to being able to do that. Very close.
Yeah, I hope so.
I got shorts on today. How about that? How about that?
Need a little sun on those sticks.
Oh, they're so pasty. Oh, my goodness. But one step at a time. Hey, to all of our viewers checking in all over America, the Raging Dolphins maniac watching in Rochester, New York, writes in on YouTube, says the CFL game could work here, but we don't understand the strategy of 3-down football. It just slipped off the screen.
Yeah, so it makes it hard to watch. I
Is
saw
that what he
comment.
said?
Yeah.
That makes it hard to follow the game.
Yeah.
Well,
the strategy, but then you learn it and you get into it and it becomes ingrained. And
Are you not of the mindset football is football?
Football is football. We throw, we pass, we kick field goals. It's
tackle, block, tackle.
It's all the same.
Right. So this is what everybody wanted to get into. I said it's viewer takeover, so you talk about whatever you want. Chris Griffin writes in and says, how about some junior and CIS football talk? I appreciate the thought, Chris, but until we have an idea that they're going to be on the field, university and junior football teams, we'll save it. Listen, I got all their helmets on the desk. Don't tell me I don't love it, and you're not. But I don't think now's the time right now. John Ohm in Winnipeg. He says, let's talk golf. When can Rory McIlroy win this tourney to win the Grand Slam of tournaments? Go get it, Rory. He can't, because I got my money on Justin Spieth. As do you.
Yeah, that's right.
And the poll question today, by the way, for Capital Automall Universal Collision Center, who will win the Masters? Our options, these are the top 3 odds makers, odds winners from Come On Canada. Dustin Johnson, Jordan Spieth, Bryson DeChambeau, or other. 35% are voting for other. And it's like, this is a wide open field, by the way. Wide open.
Oh, yeah.
And it was exciting. I had it on ESPN this morning, normally ready and wanting to tune in to get up and get NFL talk pounded into my head for 2 hours, but they were going live from Augusta. Gary Player teed off, and Jack Nicklaus. And what do you think they did? Piped it. And the first black golfer in the Masters. I can't remember his name. I'm sorry. I think it was in the 60s. And that was a nice touch for Black Lives Matter and the inclusive movement. Gary Player, 86 years old, looks 66. So, yeah, that was good. Wayne Jones is watching on YouTube, and I'm not sure where he is. But he says the Riders were on the verge of bankruptcy and had to beg fans to buy tickets in 87. And then again back in the early 90s, the Riders were on death's bed, and the NFL saved them, loaned them money. Wayne says the CFL game is different enough that if you only grew up with American rules, it would look strange, but it is an exciting game. Yes, we all know those things. But let's just remember that the CFL's never faced a pandemic before. To say that it's always lasted, because it always has, this is different times. But I'll say it again. The CFL's not going to die. And you can thank MLSE for that and Redbird Capital. I think the main thing, and this is going to be in my Ultra update next hour, Darren, a lot of what the CFL's been is going to have to go the way of the dodo for the league to survive. That's the deal here.
Yeah, I know. It's unfortunate. Changes are going to happen.
Right.
And it's not going to be exactly the same way. Doesn't mean that you're going to scrap everything that makes it Canadian. Doesn't mean that the rules are going. Doesn't mean that they're not. But, hey, you can't have your cake and eat it too. You can't have the money and make all the decisions. Can't ask for the money and make all the decisions. You can't.
MLSE's got all the money, as does Redbird. Figure it out. And it's not that the CFL's flat broke. Like I said, they're going to play, I think, in 2021. That's the way it's looking. But this might be the last year of the CFL football the way you know it. Carlos Legena, watching in Indy, says the three-down concept was the toughest thing to adjust to when learning the CFL game. I caught on quickly, though. Hey, Carlos, happy birthday, my dude. We got a lot coming up next hour. Stick around after this break. You are watching on Game Plus TV.
Head to youtube.com/The Rod Peterson Show now. You gotta subscribe. Click the subscribe button for all the content you may have missed.
Here's how your business can be a part of Canada's fastest growing sports talk show. All you have to do is contact us, and we will tell you all about the dynamic and exciting marketing opportunities we have, utilizing a fully integrated 360-degree multi-platform. Imagine your business seen and heard across Canada on Game Plus TV and around the world on the Rod Peterson Digital Network. You will use one of the most overused expressions in sports. You gotta be kidding me. Get your business involved. Contact the Rod Peterson Show today.
Does this look familiar? Your fans deserve an incredible arena experience. It's time for an upgrade. Stunning graphics. Revenue opportunities are just the beginning with our in-venue display systems and scoring technology. Let us help you find the best solution for your facility. EDG, always delivering the best fan experience.
At Prairie Mobile, you can get the phone you want when you want. All smartphones are $0 every day. With convenient locations across Saskatchewan, Prairie Mobile, your SaskTel authorized dealer, has you covered. Visit us online at prairiemobile.com.
Introducing Original 16 Hard Seltzer. The refreshing taste of lemon and Saskatoon berry with vodka made in Saskatchewan. New hard seltzers from Original 16.
Capital GMC is your used car destination. We're overstocked and priced to move, so shop online or in-store to get the best deal on any one of our massive selection of certified pre-owned vehicles. Every certified vehicle includes the balance of manufacturer's warranty, 150 plus point inspection, roadside assistance, and certified exchange privilege. So save the depreciation and buy pre-owned. Capital GMC is your used car destination at the corner of Rochdale and Pasqua in Regina.
Some of the challenges we face with the CT technology that we have today is some of the deficiencies in around integration with some of our other systems. The addition of 2 new 4D simulators within the programming at the Saskatchewan Cancer Agency is going to have significant impact on, the care we provide to the people of Saskatchewan.
We started Suds Car Wash in 2003.
There's a bit of us in every part of the business. I've been working here since I was about 10 years old. Hard to believe it's been 12 years since. Our parents always taught us about the importance of quality of work and friendly service. And here at Suds Car Wash, we're a family-run business, so it's really important that our customers feel like family.
From all of us at Suds Car Wash, we make your car shine.
No.
So this was my weekend, by the way. This is why I'm so happy. I bought goalie equipment from Canadian Tire, street hockey gear.
The one question I asked, were you playing with a rubber puck at least?
No, of course not.
You had street hockey pads on and no protection other than
I wasn't even wearing a can.
How about that?
And I went, stack my pads. I'm like, whoa, I got nothing on down here. I never thought that I would be leaving my pins. Seriously.
Wow.
And no mask.
Talk about putting them on the table.
This is the Rod Pedersen Show.
Hey, welcome to Hour 2, everybody. It's what we affectionately call the second half kickoff. Our next guest is logged in and ready to go, and we'll get to him in a couple minutes. Nate Ewell from College Hockey Inc. Because the Frozen Four NCAA Hockey Championship begins tonight. Men's hockey, 5 p.m. Eastern, Minnesota State versus St. Cloud State. And 9 p.m. Eastern, Massachusetts versus Minnesota Duluth. And Nate will be joining us from Massachusetts. There's a little trickling news coming out from the CFL. Dave Naylor on TSN tweeting this moments ago. On the 2021 season, owners haven't indicated willingness to play without fans. They can't put fans in stadiums until the governments say so. Governments aren't going to approve that until the virus is under control. That's where we are. There is no answer that the CFL keeps secret. That's from Nails. Anonymous texter writing in on the Prairie Mobile text line here from the 403. That's Alberta, as you know. Southern Alberta.
That's right.
Says, not sure who in Alberta told you the CFL will be playing with full stadiums, but as of yesterday, we are at over 1,350 new cases a day with a projected 2,000 a day by the end of April, the worst we've seen. No, I understand that. And I'm not going to tell you who in Alberta said to me this is what they're projecting. This is what Alberta health officials are projecting based on the vaccination rollout. But that's a long ways away. And by the way, the interesting thing with the call that I got this morning regarding where the CFL is going in Redbird Capital and XFL, he's like, if you don't drop any hints whatsoever who I am, I'll tell you everything. But you can't drop hints because they'll guess. And I'm like, yeah, deal. Pretty good deal.
That's a good deal.
I'll take it. Because he's like, I just want you to know what's going on. And then from EGA, watching on YouTube, says Ontario Canada Television, CHCH, flashing noisy red alerts across the bottom of their programming, telling its residents to stay home. It's the law. I don't think the CFL owners are playing a game of chicken here with the coronavirus. I don't. But the health officials are telling some of the team officials, yeah, by August, we think with vaccinations, we're going to have this under control. Is that another language to people?
I know.
That makes sense to you, doesn't it?
It does. But things change. Just because you're here today doesn't mean you're going to be here tomorrow, right?
Yeah.
Things change. So,
well, Ontario's holding things up. And oh, boy. Now, I'll get to Nate right away. We've got a lot of messages coming in. Ray from the 416 writes in. Southern Ontario says, hey, Rod, excited the Blue Jays are back. A few trouble spots. Vladdy struggling defensively early. And frustrated, Springer has had 2 injuries already and hasn't played a game. If Matz pitches like his first game, that's good news. Go Jays. I'll say it for a third time. $150 million doesn't get you what it used to. Come on, George Springer. Walk it off. It's about time. Blue Jays home opener in Dunedin tonight against the LA Angels, 5:07 Mountain Time. And as I mentioned, let's bring in Nate Ewell now from College Hockey Inc. to talk a little Frozen Four, if you don't mind. He resides in Massachusetts. How you doing, Nate?
I'm great, Rod. How you doing?
Good. Thanks for sitting all that preamble there, but we had to set the table of what's going on in Canada. I bet you, are you following anything of what's going on to your northern neighbor? Is this news to you of how we're all under lockdown, or is it similar to what you're going through in Massachusetts?
I think it's similar, but we certainly keep a pulse on it, certainly from a hockey standpoint, and keeping an eye on things like the quarantine and the trade deadline coming up and things like that. We're really lucky that we are able to have some fans in the building for the Frozen Four tonight. We're going to have about 4,000 fans, so it won't be a usual Frozen Four crowd, which usually fills an NHL rink, but at least it's progress.
They can make some noise in an enclosed building, there's no doubt. You know, Nate, before we go any further and talk about the games tonight and how you see this playing out, tell me a little bit about College Hockey Inc., if you don't mind, and our viewers.
Sure. We're a nonprofit organization, and we basically are a marketing and education arm. So we're trying to make sure that the public and specifically prospective players and their parents understand just how good the college hockey product is and understand a little bit of the path to get there. So if they're interested in playing college hockey, they can navigate that path and figure out a way to get to one of our campuses and show their stuff.
Awesome. Okay, well, you got a fan here now, and I appreciate you spending the time with us today, Nate. So let's talk about, the first game. 5 p.m. Eastern, Minnesota State versus St. Cloud State. And yes, I mentioned later, it's Massachusetts versus Minnesota Duluth. This is not the Final Four people would have predicted at the start of the season, right?
Absolutely not. No, and even 2 weeks ago at the start of the tournament, we don't have any number one seeds in this tournament, which is, we had 4 regions play in, and the number one seeds in each region lost. So you've got some upset teams, but you also have some familiar teams. You've got Minnesota Duluth, who's won the last 2 national championships. So it's a good mix, really, of newcomers. The 3 other schools would win their first national championship if they can pull it off, if they can win these next 2 games. And then Duluth is here looking for 3 in a row.
Yeah, the last time, I understand, there hasn't been a number one seed is 2007, but then that had never happened before that. Like, this is pretty rare. Has it added intrigue, in your opinion, to how this is going to play out?
I think so. I think it opens things up. It's a wide open field that everybody feels like they can win. So I do think it adds intrigue. It adds a lot of intrigue in the state of Minnesota, because you mentioned Minnesota Duluth, Minnesota State, St. Cloud State's also in Minnesota. So the state of hockey is overwhelmingly represented in this field, and the folks out there are pretty excited.
From one of our viewers on Facebook, Chris Griffin says, "Go Chris Van Osha from Regina. He's playing in the Frozen Four." You're nodding your head. You know Chris?
For Minnesota State, good player.
Okay, yeah. Well, we know what we're doing with hockey players around here, Nate, as you know.
Yes, you do.
Right. So Minnesota State versus St. Cloud State. The Battle of Minnesota, the first game. Tell me about that game. What's exciting about it?
It's 2 really similar teams that are going to try and get after each other, forecheck really hard, and play hard all across the ice. They both upset teams to get here. So Minnesota State upset the University of Minnesota. St. Cloud upset Boston College, and they both did it in similar ways. They really attacked the favored team and took the possession game away from them. They were able to dictate the pace of the play and come away with really relatively easy victories in the end. More surprising, I think, than people would expect. So it'll be a really good matchup. Probably the headliner in terms of a player is Dryden McKay, who's the goaltender for Minnesota State, named after Ken Dryden. And he's been playing up to that level lately. So he's the guy. If St. Cloud can get past him, then they'll be in better shape. But that's going to be a tough task.
Massachusetts versus Minnesota Duluth in the late game today in Pittsburgh. What's sexy about that game?
Well, Duluth going for 3 in a row is the headline. The subhead would be that UMass is dealing with COVID issues, and they've got 4 players out due to COVID protocols.
They're best players, right?
They are. Their leading goal scorer and their goalie. Now they're lucky. They've essentially split goaltending duties for the last 3 years. So they have a guy who's a proven starter, but he hasn't played since January. The number 1 guy is out. He's back home in Massachusetts here. So, we can't escape COVID all year. It's been one of those things that we've been lucky to get a season in, but it hasn't been perfect. And this is another example of it.
Yeah, well, I can't remember what the heck I was watching. It might have been NHL Network, but they were interviewing one of the kids from Minnesota Duluth, and they said, are you surprised that, or how does it feel to have got through the whole season, and then you get to the Frozen Four, and this happens? And I can't really remember what his answer was, but how are they dealing with this COVID outbreak within their club?
I think they have sort of that next man up mentality that you do when you have an injury. But it's got to be frustrating, and it's got to be nerve-wracking because they get tested every morning. So every morning you're probably going into those tests thinking, geez, I hope I can get through this. And the good news is this morning we got through the tests, and we've got 2 games today.
Yeah, no kidding. And televised on TSN, obviously, in Canada. By the way, Nate, I'm following you on Twitter now. He's in Grafton, Massachusetts, everybody, just so you know. Just as an aside, well, for one, I'm going to say why Pittsburgh is the host. Obviously, they put a bid in to do it. What was it? Did it have to do with COVID regulations or something, or what is it with Pittsburgh hosting the event?
That was decided a few years ago. They rotate this event around the states, and you do have a city bid on it. And Pittsburgh hosted in 2013. It was a really successful Frozen Four, so they get another chance here. It typically will rotate among the usual college hockey cities like Boston and St. Paul, Minnesota, and then some destinations. So we go to Tampa every so often, and in a couple of years we get to go to Vegas.
Outstanding. Well, it's a hockey town, way more than Arizona. I know the old Coyotes owners at one point wanted to have this in the Scottsdale area or in the Valley, and it didn't happen. But my brother listens every day, Nate, and his daughter, my niece, is committed to Robert Morris University. She's going in the fall. She cannot wait. We've never been to Pittsburgh. It's going to be a little bit like the Clampets loading up and heading to Beverly Hills, to go down to Pittsburgh. But what can you tell me about Robert Morris and that program and Pittsburgh itself? We can't wait to get down there and watch hockey.
Oh, it's a great spot, great city, and a wonderful sports city. Great school as well. They've done built up their programs in a relatively short amount of time. I guess it's probably been 20 years now, but they've become real forces in both men's and women's hockey. The best thing I can tell you is that she's going to have the 4 best years of her life, and she can look forward to that. Wherever you go in college hockey, that's what we hear all the time. It was the best time of my life.
Oh, good. Well, we can't wait. And the one thing I hear is that one of the Hansen brothers is the caretaker of the rink. You knew that,
Correct.
Dave Carlson?
Correct. Yep.
Right. So we're excited to get down to Pittsburgh to see that. Nate, where can people follow you in your coverage, and where's the best place for Canadians? Well, mind you, we do half our viewers are Americans. Where's the best place to watch the Frozen Four?
Sure. So in the States, it's on ESPN2 tonight and on Saturday on ESPN. In Canada, you can catch it on a TSN stream on the app or tsn.ca tonight, and then on TSN, the main network, on Saturday. Follow College Hockey at College Hockey, and we'll have all the links to the coverage and things like that there. So we appreciate it and hope everybody can enjoy a little bit of the Frozen Four. We're just happy to be here.
Well, no doubt. And I'll say this. The COVID, as much as it sucked, and I'm a big Junior A guy, and one of our favorite leagues isn't playing at all, but I've watched a ton of NCAA hockey, more than I ever have on TSN, and I'm like, wow, the hockey's great, which we always knew, but the announcers are fantastic, and it's kind of melted the borders that way, Nate, right? It's exposed NCAA hockey more to Canada, which is a great thing for you guys. So anyways, great job today, Nate. Enjoy the hockey, and hopefully we can do it again soon.
Thanks, Rod. Anytime.
All right, Nate Ewell joining us from College Hockey Inc.
What are you doing? I'm foiling up. Dave,
putting on the foil.
Dave, you're driving the Zamboni. You don't need a foil.
All set to go, Coach. Tell us when.
How about that?
How about that?
That's awesome.
It's such a cliche when people talk about what's your favorite sports movie, and it is Slapshot, yet it is, so I have to say that. There's a line for every occasion.
Everyone.
You won't meet a better ambassador for the pure sport of hockey than me.
Like
That's from the movie.
How many times you in a hotel, anywhere in the world, and you slapped him, took my quarter? Like, it's easy.
Have a machine took my quarter. It's a Chiefs key ring. You can't find these in stores. Can we make RP Show keychains? Would you mind? That's a great idea.
Do you want them?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Keychains. Done.
Jeff Kabilas in Winnipeg. Pretty awesome talking about NCAA hockey. Thanks, Nate. It's a big deal. Wayne Grolos is mentioning the Beverly Hillbillies brings back memories of watching on our old black and white TV. LOL. That's us. What can I say?
Oh, yeah.
We don't put on airs around here.
When we take our sports trip to the big city in the U.S., that is us rolling into town.
Or the Clampets. Big Hollywood playboy. Jethro. Curling report, an inconsistent performance from the Canadian back end proved costly in an 8-7 extra end loss to Russia on Wednesday at the World Men's Curling Championship in Calgary. Third, Darren Moulding and skip Brendan Botcher both had some late miscues as Canada fell in round-robin play at the Mark and McPhail Center. It was Russia's first victory over Canada in 8 tries at this competition. Moulding shot just 67% in the game, while Botcher struggled at 71%. It didn't get any better for the Canadians in the evening draw, leading 7-5 against Niklas Eden, the defending champion from Sweden. Canada gave up 4 in the 10th end and dropped the 9-5 decision for a 2-loss day. After 18 draws, Sweden sits in first at 9-2, followed by Russia at 8-2. Scotland is in third at 8-3, and the U.S., Norway next at 7-3. Canada 7-4. The top 6 teams in the 14-team field will make the playoffs. Switzerland's Peter de Cruz was alone in 7th place at 5-5, and Italy was next at 5-6. Canada will play Norway on Thursday night, that's tonight, and close out round-robin play Friday morning against Germany's Sixten Totzek. The top 2 finishers in the round-robin earn byes to the semifinals on Saturday. The curling report is for Verge Agriculture, helping farmers plan and optimize their operations across every field. Try Verge's precision farm tech software for free today at vergeag.com. And while we're at it, reading sponsor reads, might as well get one in there for Dirk Fitness, Dupes. What do you say?
Let's do it.
Dirk Fitness, located in Moose Jaw, Saskatchewan, has a special offer this weekend only. April 9th to the 11th, all sign-up fees are waived and get your first month for free. Get fit now with this offer. Head to dirkfitness.ca today. I'm on it. Well, this is going to be fun. And actually, I'm excited because I thought you were leaving and Drew was coming in, but he's virtual, so you can stay.
I can stay. How about that?
The host of the province's best hockey podcast and golf off the Hosel, Drew Kosir, joins us next. It's the RP Show on Game Plus, YouTube and Facebook Live, and 24-hour sports talk for Suds Full Service Car Wash at rodpeterson.com. Listen live.
Head to youtube.com/The Rod Peterson Show now. You gotta subscribe. Click the subscribe button for all the content you may have missed.
Don't rack your brain trying to source the equipment and materials you need for your business. Rockstar can operate your entire supply chain, from PO creation to expediting your shipments, all from our office. Leverage the buying power of the Rockstar Buying Group to not only save money and time, but also the headache. From gloves to glue, we can provide it for you. Find out more at rockstar.com.
If you could spend less time in the field, more time with your family, and make more money at the same time, would you do it? Verge's farm operations planning technology eliminates unnecessary turns, improves in-field communication, application accuracy, and reduces deadheading. Finish fields faster, burn less fuel, and use fewer inputs, all in one simple-to-use, web-based solution. Do more of what you want, when you want, with the people you love by subscribing to Launchpad by Verge today.
Direct West has been the bridge for me from not dealing with social media or digital presence to having a presence. You have to take the leap of faith, so to say. And I'm glad we have. Direct West has helped us out immensely to get our presence online as far as digitally and also with the social media page. To see the results is just puts a smile on your face.
Nestled in the scenic Qu'Appelle Valley, just 20 minutes northwest of Regina, is one of the finest golf courses in all of Saskatchewan, the Deer Valley Golf Club. The clubhouse has a full-service restaurant, and customers can enjoy a casual dining experience with spectacular views of the golf course and valley. A fully stocked golf shop staffed by PGA of Canada professionals is equipped to meet all of your golf apparel and equipment needs. Book your tee time, family event, or corporate tournament today at the Deer Valley Golf Club. Call 306-731-1445.
IKS Live. IKS Live. Western Canada's premier production services company. LED sign rentals. Video production. Event management. Look no further than IKS Live. Visit our website. IKS Live. Always the best seat in the house. IKS Live.
Bronco Plumbing and Heating. Proudly serving Regina and surrounding areas since 1978. We are excited to announce the new Bryant Furnace Trade-in Allowance Program. If you have a working Bryant furnace, 15 years old or less, you may be eligible to receive a new furnace at a discounted rate. If you'd like to take advantage of the Bryant Trade-in Program, or to hear how we can help improve your home, give us a call today at 306-781-2090.
Hey, Rod Squad, now you can join the team with your very own RP Show gear. Head to rodpetersonshop.com and get yours today while supplies last. It's just like we wear on the show, official RP Show gear at rodpetersonshop.com.
Oh, yeah, he's back. Time for more of the Rod Pedersen Show.
All right, welcome back, everybody. What a great day. I'm going to say it again. I'm so excited that Drew Kosir is on virtual. I wanted him in here, but at least this allows Darren here. And he's from the Off the Hosel podcast. It's very popular. They talk hockey. They talk golf. It was supposed to be a golf podcast.
It is a golf podcast.
Okay, whatever. You morphed into...
They talk a little hockey, though, too.
All right, let's bring in Drew now. Junior hockey player, aficionado, skills coach, too. How you doing, Drew?
Not too.
We're good, but we have an audio issue, so just hang on. And while we work on that, guy hosts a podcast, you think there wouldn't be an issue. It's a technical issue. We'll get to that. The poll question today, let's update that. It has to do with the Masters. That's why I'm bringing it up. For Capital Auto Mall Universal Collision Center, who will win the Masters? Our options, the top three odds-on favorites to win, courtesy Come On Canada, Dustin Johnson, Jordan Spieth, Bryson DeChambeau, or other. It's still Dustin Johnson on Facebook, eh?
Yeah, 49%. It's insane.
Yeah. On Twitter, it's other. But let's bring in Drew again, or if we can, Clark, you tell me. Say what? No good? We can't? Oh. I just got the
That's a hard
and with
no.
Director Jordan jumps on it, you know it's serious. How about that?
Dustin Johnson's 1 over. He's T29 right now at 1 over through 10. Mark Leishman's leading the way, 3 under through 4. 3 under through 4. And Gary Woodland's T9. I picked Woodland in one of my boxes.
Yeah, well, you know what? I don't. Sometimes I wonder why people care, and then I realize they really do care. So we're in the Deer Valley golf pool. Proceeds going to the junior golf program. They're our official golf partner. And it's like those old hockey pools where you check a guy in the box of 9 players. There's 9 golfers per box. So just so you know, I had Jordan Spieth, Jason Day, Shane Lowry, Tony Finau, Louis Oosthuizen, Gary Woodland. You said you had him too.
Yeah.
Paul Casey, Phil, and Mike Weir. And actually, I don't have yours, but my wife was similar to that. That's the winning team, by the way. The guys that, it's just like points in Stanley Cup.
Yeah.
Add up all of their winnings cash-wise in the Masters, and that's who will win the pool. And dang it, is it fun? But the thing is, I'm not going to check on a Thursday who's leading right now. Get everybody off the course and let's see who's leading.
That sets you up for failure. It's fun watching, like following a little bit, but you take no stock into it. And the insider's tip here for you, Rod, is you can go to the Score app and you can star your guys, and it'll move them to the front. So you can only see where your guys are at. It's pretty good. So I can see my guys are T9, T29. So it's a fun way to follow golf. It really is.
I'm going through my app right now that you say that. Kim, Matsuyama, and Buisendout are tied for the lead at 3 under right now.
All right.
Okay, they say they got him. All right, good. We're going to video with Drew, or we're going to go to the phone? We're going to video? Oh, okay, awesome. I love it. Okay, Drew. Hey, nice. Thanks for sitting through that,
Look
Drew.
at me.
Hey.
What's going on?
You look great.
How are you boys doing?
You sound great. You look better, Drew. And as I said, he's a hockey skills coach of considerable repute as well. If you were voting on our pool, Drew, and you had to pick one winner of the Masters, who are you voting for?
Who's the poll again? Better question.
Well, these were the top 3 odds-on favorites to win. Dustin Johnson, Jordan Spieth, Bryson DeChambeau, or other. Who would you be taking?
I'm going other. Justin Thomas. I mean, do you know how many times a player's won the Masters back-to-back?
No, it's been 20 years since it's been done. I know that.
Only 3 players. Tiger Woods, Jack Nicklaus, and Nick Faldo.
No, it doesn't happen very often. Yeah, exactly. It hasn't happened for 20 years. So we're going with Jordan Spieth because we believe that he's going to get on a heater here. It's been a while since he won last weekend, but before that, it's been 3 years?
It's been a while.
We think he's getting into a group. Do you think Spieth has a chance here?
I do and I don't. I mean, I kind of go back on stats again, too. I mean, Jordan, I like him. You know, he hasn't won since 2017, wins the Valero. But at the same time, do you know how many guys have won the Masters after winning the week before? It's only been 4. You know, Ralph Goodell, Art Wall Jr., and Sandy Lau and Phil Mickelson. You know, 39, 59, 88, and 06. So, I mean, like, it's hard to do. I mean, I wouldn't know. But, I mean, I can only imagine that it's super hard to do. But I definitely root for Jordan. Huge fan of him. He's great for the game.
You know, I love this, by the way. The comments just went crazy, Drew. Turner Ripplinger.
Playing my audio and my video.
No. Your brother, Troy's Whitings, it says dirty stash, bro. That is quite you got the Austin Matthews look going here. Yeah, there you go. Turner Ripplinger watching. He says, Cooch, the Brent Sutter of the PJHL. And we'll get around to some hockey here, but I want to say this. Arash Madani did a really nice video essay on Sportsnet on the Masters. And one thing Arash said was, this is an event that pulls in even non-golf fans in it. Why is that, Drew? What is it about the Masters that pulls in? Why is it so special?
Honestly, I think people just like the fact that it's at Augusta. It's a great play. You know, you see guys rolling on Magnolia Lane. You watch all the golf shots on Amen Corner. You get a green jacket when you're playing, if you win, sorry. You know, just so much great shots and content. And some of the shots you see, like, you know, I believe it was Bubba in 07 hits this massive hook on the green and, you know, ends up winning. You know, the Tiger last year, like, everyone just rallies around it. And I think it's just great for the game. And obviously with this pandemic we're in, you know, people are getting the itch for golf, and it's crazy.
Drew, how are you, buddy? Where does going to Augusta, being at the Masters, rank on your like all-time bucket list trips? Because it's something I've always wanted to do. You get the chair, right? It's your spot when you go down there, and you get to be at the course and everything. How cool would that be?
It's definitely in my top 2. You know, I think going there, you know, and we talked to James Duthie, you know, last 2 weeks ago, and he was just like, you know, just being there and you see the flowers and how green it is and just the smell of Augusta. You know, you're hitting Pro V1 X's on the driving range. And I think just being there would be, you know, just awesome. I mean, just to see those players live too. And it's quiet. I mean, and obviously I think too, with this year, they're allowed to have fans. Obviously, you know, being spoiled with 2 Masters in 1 year, you know, they're allowed to have some people there watching. But I think, you know, for me, it's definitely in the top 2, maybe number 1.
I'm seeing the tweets come in, right? Everybody now, this is getting them excited to play, and courses are starting. Are you playing this weekend? Do you got a tee time booked?
I'm hitting the range. I'm hitting the range twice this weekend. I got 2 next weekend. And to answer your question from earlier, the Deer Valley, obviously a partner of our show and your show as well. Greeno said they have not set a date yet, but stay tuned for that.
Tell our viewers a little bit about the Off the Hosel podcast, if you don't mind, Drew. I'm a big fan of it, but the biggest guest I think you've had is Dylan Playfair, of course, from Letterkenny, the hockey guys. I'll be working on my golf game to try and keep up with you guys this year. I know it's not going to happen in 1 year, but tell us about the Off the Hosel podcast. It's very popular, man, with my friends.
Well, I appreciate that. Thank you. Yeah, I know Off the Hosel podcast started last year. As a pandemic pastime. You know, I got bored. I was about 8 episodes in, and then I got my brother to join. He was super pumped. He's been great for the show. My best buddy joined as well. And we have a great content team. We just talk golf, hockey, and, all sports. I mean, we're all sport nerds, and to talk to these, celebrities just makes it's pretty overwhelming, to be honest. And, you try and stay humble every day, and, talking to these celebs is just, it's a lot of fun. We talk golf. And the biggest thing too is for us to, bring or cover golf in Saskatchewan. I think we can try and grow that part of the game, and, getting people notice, the Scott Thompsons, the Colin Cobins, Brad Phelps, like the good players in the game. So it's been a lot of fun, and I hope to keep riding it out.
Who haven't you got on the show, Drew? Who's the one guy besides
Who's the white whale that you want and you're having a tough time bringing into the boat?
That's a good question. I can't even think right now.
Come on, this is your chance to make the ask. They might be watching.
The one guy.
Or girl.
I couldn't even tell you. Yeah, I don't know. I couldn't even tell you now. I mean, there's so many guys we're after. I don't know. I mean, we're having our cousin on who caddies for Abraham Answer on the PGA Tour. He'll be on April 25th, so that's a big guest for us. And then we're going to have Rod on the show.
Sounds good. I'd love to. Well, let me just up my golf game, okay? For sure. By the way, I've had people, I mentioned that Drew's a hockey skills coach as well. I've had people come to me saying, how do I get a hold of Drew? And I thought I had your number, and I don't. What's the best way if they want to put their kid in skills training, male or female? Drew, what's the best way to get a hold of you to do that? And tell us a little bit about that side of your life.
Yeah, I mean, for contact information, my Twitter, @Kosir Drew. Last name first, first name last. You can reach out there, and I can send you some information later. But yeah, I guess with the skill side of things, I coach the Storm out in Pilot Butte. I think for me, coaching these young players that are now playing in the Western Hockey League, it's been an honor. Some of the 05 groups and 03 groups, the Stan Covens, the Hammets, the Swetlacroffs. I stay with Hammett and Swetlacroff lots. And then the 05s, Orumbas, the Brady Bernies. I just like to be on the ice and like to help, these kids as best I can with their skills. And I mean, I think I still have a little bit left in the tank to show what I can do. But yeah, I mean, it's called Kosir Skills and Conditioning, and you can check out that Twitter page as well. That's the handle. Fire a note, and I'd love to help them out.
Drew is a go-getter, and we're big fans of him. That's the truth. I've been trying to get you on for some time, Drew, so I'm glad we're finally able to do it. The Brent Sutter of the Prairie Junior Hockey League. I like that. I like it a lot. First I heard of it, by the way, so congratulations. Before we let you go, Drew, how much you getting asked about Connor Bedard by your hockey people? And from what you've seen, what do you think this kid's capable of, and how much are you enjoying it with the Regina Pats?
Yeah, to be honest, I've got quite a few inquiries just on, who is he? How good is he? Is he legit? The answer is yes. He's so good. He's so, the way he skates, the way he sees the ice, he's so, like, he's just, I don't know what the word is. Like, you don't want to say perfect, because that's a hard word to describe anyone, but he's definitely going to do some damage in the, the Western Hockey League, and I wish him best of luck. Obviously the U18s coming up right away here, but yeah, he's a fun player to watch, and if we have a chance to watch him next year, get your tickets as soon as possible, because this kid he's a real deal. Yeah,
it is. I like it. That's good.
Yeah,
we'll talk about that after we let you go, Drew. But thanks for the time today. Keep doing what you're doing. Thanks for the support here, and we'll see you out on the links.
All right, boys. Take care. Thanks for having me.
Drew Kosir from the Off the Hosel podcast, skill development coach. He says he's a junior coach, but he was a player as well. There you go. His boys are writing in and saying Biz Nasty's their white whale.
Yes. Maybe we'll put a word in.
We had him. Yeah, next time I'm texting Biz, I'll see if he's got time for the Off the Hustle podcast. And by the way, how about this? How would you describe Connor Bedard? I want to say perfect.
But
think about that for a second. Perfect from a hockey guy. And but it's going to be I don't know what the latest is on Connor Bedard, by the way, playing at the under-18s. I had talked briefly with his dad yesterday. Obviously, Garth, Connor's father, Tom's dad, passing away tragically Tuesday in a car accident. They're not thinking about hockey right now. They're not thinking about the under-18s right now. They're thinking about getting through this tragedy. It's not, obviously, it's horrible. And I talked with Kevin Gallant, whose son played with Connor in Vancouver. That's brutal. But they will get past this as a family. The one thing that it kept echoing back to me was that the grandfather, Garth, and Connor were best friends. So one thing to lose your grandfather, another to lose your best friend.
That's going to take some time. So you understand if he's going to pull out of the U18s and go spend some extended time. He may
I'd be
go
shocked if he didn't.
Right. You may go spend the weekend or a little bit of time and then think that, no, he'd want me to go play. That's up to Connor, right?
Yeah.
At the end of the day. So we'll see.
Little hockey talk there, little Masters talk. I love it. He could bring the sizzle. We'll come back with the sports update, overtime. We'll have to get that Great Western Ultra update ready to go. We'll do that right after the break, as we talk about the CFL and what you need to know. The latest today. It's the Rod Peterson Show. You're watching on Game Plus TV across all 10 provinces and 31 states, YouTube and Facebook Live, and listen live for Suds Full Service Car Wash at rodpeterson.com. Listen live.
Head to youtube.com/The Rod Peterson Show now. You gotta subscribe. Click the subscribe button for all the content you may have missed.
At Prairie Mobile, you can get the phone you want when you want. All smartphones are $0 every day. With convenient locations across Saskatchewan, Prairie Mobile, your SaskTel authorized dealer, has you covered. Visit us online at prairiemobile.com.
We started Suds Car Wash in 2003.
There's a bit of us in every part of the business. I've been working here since I was about 10 years old. Hard to believe it's been 12 years since. Our parents always taught us about the importance of quality of work and friendly service. And here at Suds Car Wash, we're a family-run business, so it's really important that our customers feel like family.
From all of us at Suds Car Wash, we make your car shine.
People donate blood for moments like this.
But there are lots of reasons why Canada's Lifeline needs donors every day.
Like the fact that someone with leukemia can need up to 8 units of blood a week.
Or that donated blood lasts no longer than 42 days.
Or to help new moms and babies, like Henry.
There's lots of reasons to donate blood. That's why we need donors every day.
The need for blood is constant. Join Toyota and our Toyota dealers in supporting Canada's Lifeline.
Direct West provides us with stats and analytics, and it's amazing for us to look and see that, each year we're 10 to 20% higher on our Google leads. It's great to see the success that our locations are having. The Direct West app gives us an opportunity to be in one place for people to find any of our locations or our commodities. Without Direct West, we would have to be in multiple digital places. I would recommend Direct West. They're great to work with.
Capital Ford Lincoln is Truck Nation. Looking to buy your next truck or sell your current one? Capital is Canada's truck destination. Shop online or in-store to see the new 2021 Ford F-150, Ranger, Escape, and more. Right now is the best time to lease or finance a new vehicle. Can't find exactly what you're looking for? Let us help by sourcing your vehicle from our dealer network or custom ordering one that is perfect for you. Capital Ford Lincoln is Truck Nation, 1201 Pasqua Street North in Regina.
Some of the challenges we face with the CT technology that we have today is some of the deficiencies in around integration with some of our other systems. The addition of 2 new 4D simulators within the programming of the Saskatchewan Cancer Agency is going to have significant impact on the care we provide to the people of Saskatchewan.
Here's how your business can be a part of Canada's fastest growing sports talk show. All you have to do is contact us, and we will tell you all about the dynamic and exciting marketing opportunities we have, utilizing a fully integrated 360-degree multi-platform. Imagine your business seen and heard across Canada on Game Plus TV and around the world on the Rod Peterson Digital Network. You will use one of the most overused expressions in sports. You gotta be kidding me. Get your business involved. Contact the Rod Peterson Show today.
laid back and kicking it, let's head back to the studio. Here's Rod.
Welcome back, everybody. You're ready, right, with a Great Western Ultra? Just wait. Clark will get to it. I just want to answer a viewer question here from Joseph Clark, watching on YouTube. Says, love the show. Fan from Grand Prairie. Curious to ask, say a CFL player is a dual citizen. Can you manipulate the Canadian roster? I'd be disappointed if you didn't. Right?
Oh, yeah.
If you're a dual citizen, then you qualify under CFL rules to be a Canadian. So, of course, it's been going on for as long as the CFL's been around. If you are a good football player and you are a dual citizen, it's come right in, son. What do you want? So, yes. Are you ready, Clark? I'm just got to get the sponsor read here. Where the hell is it? Can you find it? Let's read it and then we'll
spend the 80 seconds.
Put it up and let's go. Some think if it wasn't for bad news around the Canadian Football League, there'd be no news at all. But I'm not sure that's the case. As the calendar flips to year 2 of the pandemic, it still feels really weird to say that. We await a return to play for our beloved CFL. It's been quite the roller coaster with mostly downs instead of ups. You can count on one hand those of us in this country who are reporting on this league daily, and I'm sure a lot of CFL suits would prefer we just went away. But it's a pro league. You need to take the bad commentary with the good. Anyway, there's lots going on behind the scenes from what I've been told. The last we heard from the commissioner was the first week of March when he mentioned the XFL collaboration. We rode that talk for a month, but now people are eager for news on the 2021 season. From what I'm told, the province of Ontario is the holdup, but at worst, the CFL is looking at August or Labor Day for a return to play. The business of football is getting done. The draft is May 4th. The global prospects have been identified, and there's talk in the league office of reducing the starting ratio number down to 3. This is what you need to know. MLSE, which owns the Argos, Leafs, Raptors, Marlies, Toronto FC, and the venues, are the ones spearheading the future of the CFL. MLSA's mandate is not to preserve Canadian football. It's to improve their bottom line and drive up their franchise value. It's more proof we're not all in this together.
Nice work.
You didn't give me a top 10 countdown, Clark. But I still made it.
How about that?
With the how about that? With the dramatic pause and everything.
Yeah.
It was good.
I've been around this dance for a while. Here it is. I found it. Great Western Ultra, an original 16 to fit your active lifestyle. Superior taste with only 80 calories and 2.5% alcohol. Taste without compromise. Now, Dave Naylor and I are working different sources. That much, it is very true, very clear. And I'm a little disappointed today to see Naylor come out with his tweet and basically I'd have to go back and reread it because it's a little confusing for those that don't know the ins and outs of Canadian football. CFL football, because that's different than Canadian football, right?
Yeah,
they're two different things.
That's right.
He's saying what? The owners never signed up to play without fans. They're not saying they're going to play without fans. It's like he left the crack of the door open for there to be no season in 2021 if the if coronavirus isn't gotten under control. And what exactly is getting it under control, by the way?
I know.
I'm going to tell you something. I am going to be bitterly, bitterly, bitterly disappointed in a lot of people if they don't play in 2021 because there's a lot of people painting a very positive picture out there. Oh, we're going to play. That notion's being pushed to the point that I'm getting on board with it because I want the CFL to play. So to turn around and go, oh, wait. Now we're getting alerts from CHCH TV. We're telling people that we might not play now. I'm going to lose my spit if they yank the rug out from under everybody on this. I'm talking under the sponsors, under the players, the coaches that they're trying to coax that we're going to play, and then to turn around and say, but, we might not. I wouldn't totally be surprised if they did that, Darren, but that's dirty.
I know, it really is. But we talked about what they're looking at, right? We've a long time ago we talked about it, that they're planning for options with 25%, 50%, 75% full capacity, but not once did they say they were looking at options with 0 fans. And I think that's the reminder. It's like just a reminder, that the owners aren't really on board with no fans. 25%, they can maybe get on board with that. 50%, 75, right? 100, of course. But they're coming out and saying, look, at 0, we're not into that. Just letting you know, we're not into 0. And that's kind of a leaving the door open, a reminder that so when we cancel this, just know we were never into no fans.
We never promised you we were going to play.
No, but you got me excited.
You're the analogy guy. You think in the next break of what the analogy is for this.
I will.
Because there's got to be one.
There is one.
I'm disappointed to read this tweet from Naylor. If I've read it right, and I might not have, but he's basically saying the CFL's leaving the door open to not play based on the virus. Then why were we saying we're proposing a 20% pay cut to you players in the event that we have to play without fans? Think about it. Man, it's tough to do business with these guys in the CFL, I'll tell you.
Yeah.
Habs for Life, watching on YouTube in Vancouver, says, can we play the CFL in Florida or Texas then? Dude, I talked about that 6 months ago. And faced the firing squad for it, by the way. Oh, and by the way, who was the guy there that was asking about the dual? He was from Grand Prairie, right?
Right.
Joseph Clark. Thanks, Clark. Chad Isaac goes on to say, I'm sorry, they were looking reverse psychology here. Chad Isaac says, so if someone had dual citizenship, could they be an American on a roster instead of a Canadian if they cut back? Because the report is that the CFL is talking about dropping 5 Canadians per team. Listen, if you're a good enough player, they'll find a way. You've got both nationalities covered, right?
Yeah. You
would be in the best possible position. If you're that good, it won't matter how many positions they lop off, Canadian positions, or the Canadian start. You're going to play. So I get where you're coming from, but you don't really need to worry about that, is my point. I see people have woken up.
Oh, yeah.
Jeff, the Stamps fan, says the CFL is just covering all ground. I think that's a good thing. No, Jeff, they're talking out of both sides of their mouth is what they're doing. You don't know everything at play here. Nor do I. But I think I know more than you do from the people that I've talked to. And I'm pretty disappointed with this development, frankly. We'll be back with Overtime. We could go to a break, can't we? Right? Yeah. You're watching the RP Show on Game Plus TV, YouTube and Facebook Live, and 24-hour sports talk at rodpeterson.com. Listen live.
Head to youtube.com/The Rod Peterson Show now. You gotta subscribe. Click the subscribe button for all the content you may have missed.
Universal Collision Center is Saskatchewan's premier auto body shop. Our extensive process ensures that every vehicle that comes through our state-of-the-art facilities is returned pre-accident condition, and that every UCC customer experience is an easy one. We're certified to repair all makes, all models, and all luxury brands, and Universal Auto Spa offers full-service detailing packages to suit you and your vehicle. Plus, we're the official body shop of your Saskatchewan Rough Riders. Universal Collision Center, 3910 Rochdale Boulevard and 2355 First Avenue in Regina. Capital GMC is Truck Nation. Looking to buy your next truck or sell your current one? Capital is Canada's truck destination. Shop online or in-store to see the new 2021 GMC Sierra, Terrain, and Acadia. Right now is the best time to lease or finance a new vehicle. Can't find exactly what you're looking for? Let us help by sourcing your vehicle from our dealer network or custom ordering one that is perfect for you. Capital GMC is Truck Nation at the corner of Rochdale and Pasqua in Regina.
IKS Live. IKS Live. Western Canada's premier production services company. LED sign rentals. Video production. Event management. Look no further than IKS Live. Visit our website. IKS Live. Always the best seat in the house. IKS Live.
Don't rack your brain trying to source the equipment and materials you need for your business. Rockstar can operate your entire supply chain, from PO creation to expediting your shipments, all from our office. Leverage the buying power of the Rockstar buying group to not only save money and time, but also the headache. From gloves to glue, we can provide it for you. Find out more at rockstar.com.
If you could spend less time in the field, more time with your family, and make more money at the same time, would you do it? Verge's farm operations planning technology eliminates unnecessary turns, improves in-field communication, application accuracy, and reduces deadheading. Finish fields faster, burn less fuel, and use fewer inputs, all in one simple-to-use, web-based solution. Do more of what you want, when you want, with the people you love by subscribing to Launchpad by Verge today.
An original 16 to fit your active lifestyle. Introducing Original 16 Canadian Ultra Lager. Just 80 calories and 2.5% alcohol. Taste without compromise.
Hey, Rod Squad, now you can join the team with your very own RP Show gear. Head to rodpetersonshop.com and get yours today while supplies last. It's just like we wear on the show, official RP Show gear at rodpetersonshop.com.
You got something to say? You want to add to the show? What are you waiting for? Don't just sit there. Say something. Now, back to the studio with Rod.
Wow, welcome back. Nice job on the coffee, Dupes.
Thank you.
What's the flavor?
Oh, it's a light roast. I'd have to go look and see where it comes from.
I just filled up.
Yeah.
Caliber coffee. How about that?
How about that?
I've drank so much coffee today. You said you were on the Off the Hosel podcast last night?
Yeah, yesterday. It's going to drop, I don't know, in a week or so.
And they asked you how much coffee you drink in a day?
Yeah.
What was your answer?
2 to 3 only. You know, I try and cap it at, and I said, here's the insider secret. And I'll pull the curtain back a little bit here. If I've got the coffee cup, this or the Rod Show cup, there's usually coffee in it. If I'm pulling this out, it's got water in it. Coffee's never been in here. So this is water. So I try and mix them up. So if you see, I'm not dumping 3 coffees and then a thermos of coffee and then more coffee. I go back and forth.
Well, that's the whole thing about you're only fooling yourself. If anybody asks me how much coffee, it's at least 2 cups in the morning before I get into the steam.
Yeah.
And then a mug like that on the way home or on the way to work.
Yep.
And then I've gone through all of that, so this is probably my 5th or 6th. And it's like when I was drinking back in the day. How many drinks did you have, Rod? 2. They were the size of fish bowls. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Only fooling myself.
That's the thing. You have the extra large. It's like, I only had 2 coffees.
Yeah.
Right? But I'm good. Like, I drink it black, so there's no cream and sugar. And if you're drinking water, go to town.
Okay, I'll tell you this, though. As my diploma says, as an addictions treatment specialist, you can drink pretty much an unlimited amount of coffee. Unlimited. And it's not going to hurt you. Even long-term cumulative. Same can't be said for a lot of substances.
That's right.
But coffee, you're good.
I thought it was good for me. I saw something about how it helps Alzheimer's, right?
Yeah.
And, your mental longevity and stuff. It's good for you. So
I guess my point is from sober athletic wear in Toronto, Troy says, me too, Rod. 2 pitchers. Yeah, I've only had 2 pitchers. There was one night in Florida, Bradenton. I was in a Hooters. I was there by myself. I was down to cover a Ryder Camp. It was the night before Ryder Camp. And the server came up to me. I was drinking pints. And she goes, you're drinking these so fast, you might as well just take a picture. So I brought this for you, honey. Not my fault. I'm a victim. She brought it. That's the way you think.
That is, right?
Right?
What am I going to do, say no?
I didn't ask for this 5-gallon drum of beer. They brought it to me. What am I supposed to do? Be rude and say no? God bless Bradenton. Anyways, John Heaps on the CFL thing, and get your analogy ready. Regarding the CFL, it seems to me today leaving the crack open of canceling the season altogether, and that's very disappointing to me. On the heels of the announcement this morning that the Liga Americano Football The Mexican CFL basically has canceled their season today. You saw that, eh?
Yeah.
That's the league that Trent Richardson was going to play in this year, and various former CFL personalities. The LFA canceled their season today. This has not been a good day for football. Armando Moreno in Mexico City is crestfallen. He's inconsolable right now. Anyways, John Heap says, so we all know with 0 fans, 0 chance of play, past that the rest is out of the hands of the CFL. Totally a government decision. Get vaccinated so we have a chance to move forward with fans. I would say get vaccinated for your own health and that of others.
Yeah.
Not pro football in this country, but that's just me. I'm disappointed in this tweet from Naylor. Not disappointed in Naylor. I'm disappointed in what's behind the tweet. That is, hey, we still might not play here. We didn't say we were going to play without fans. It bothers me a lot. And you have an analogy for this.
Yeah, the good one is, I mean, that door, leaving it a crack open and just reminding people that, hey, look, there's a chance you might not play. That's every guy, holding on to a side piece just in case the relationship falls through, right?
You can't do that.
You can't live that way, and you can't fully be in this relationship if you still got this door open just a crack and you got that hanging there as a what if, that whole safety net thing, and it doesn't work. You're never going to be able to be happy, and that's never going to work.
They want the side piece.
But until the end of time, guys are going to think that they'll be the one to pull it off, and it's never going to happen, ever. So it's a bad way to go about it.
It's like that high school coach in Alabama that's got 2 families. He thought he could pull it off.
Yes.
You can't. You're not going to be the guy.
You're never going to be in either, and you're going to fail at both and have nothing.
Hello. Exactly.
And that's exactly what's going to happen. Be honest with the one. I'm not an open relationship kind of guy, but be open and honest and say, look, this is what's happening. We're not going to play if there's no fans. And it's not a government decision. It's not a government decision. I compared this to the wheelchair accessibility now. COVID's a thing you have to work with. Well, you might build a nice house, have your football ready to go, and look, it's up to code and everything. But the government's coming in and saying, look, you need to have the wheelchair ramps. You need to have these COVID protocols in place, which is vaccines, bubble, whatever it might be. And the CFL, and I admire it if they say, look, we don't have the money. We don't have the budget. We can't do this. We're going to wait until we don't need to have these COVID protocols. Okay? The NFL, wheelchair accessibility, just build it. We're good. Let's go.
Yeah.
Right? We'll pay the money. So
in the end, the ones that get hurt are the fans. You can wait it out. It's the current players and current staff, the ones that will be hurt in that environment, in that scenario. Wayne Jones, that's the viewer that was writing in earlier, he says, what if half the league wants to play and half the league does not? It's a team-by-team conflict as to what is best. Yes, but it depends on who's in which half, right? If it's MLSE, they'll dictate what goes on. And if they don't want to play, they're not going to play. End of story. And I'm going to go back to a year ago when I said that source told me MLSE is running the CFL. It was a year ago, Darren. And now it's finally coming to light. Yeah. And that's not necessarily a bad thing. They're the biggest sports business in the country, in Canada. One of the biggest on the continent. A $4 billion corporation pre-COVID. They're running the Canadian Football League. They will decide. So that with that vote last year that it was 6-3 to play by CFL governors, what do you want to bet that MLSE was in the 3 that didn't want to play?
Yeah.
Probably a pretty good chance.
Probably a good chance. Carry a lot of weight, right?
Yeah. What else? What do we got tomorrow, Clark? Can you put it up on the screen here? Oh, my monitor's frozen, yeah. Let me just update the poll before we go and say goodbye for the day. The poll question for Capital Auto Mall Universal Collision Center, who will win the Masters? Dustin Johnson, Jordan Spieth, Bryson DeChambeau, or other? On Twitter right now, as we get ready to go off the air, 35% voting for other. Darren, Facebook?
42% Dustin Johnson, but others up to 32% now.
Dustin Johnson is holding it down. We're in the Deer Valley Masters pool, along with my lovely wife, but I'm not even getting in to get excited about things. Not today, I'm not. Probably Saturday. but it's the weekend of the year that you don't even have to be a golfer to be excited about golf. But this weekend you do with the Masters. So anyways, we will see you tomorrow at noon Eastern, 10 a.m. Mountain. We got John Frenzy with us. We have Tori Gurley, our NFL insider, and working on some other things too. That's it, Clark tells me. So that's it. Check out our social channels, breaking news at rodpeterson.com. We'll see you tomorrow, everybody, right here on Game Plus. Truth's in the coffee. It's truth serum.